Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Two-Headed Wolf Gaming channel as we're continuing our journey through Pharaoh, a new era. And this is the first military mission that we have available in Timna, so let's get this started.
A new pharaoh, Den, has taken the throne of Egypt. Pharaoh is deeply concerned as enemies have begun to threaten our borders, and our nation lacks adequate supplies of valuable copper, needed to create weapons with which to equip our troops. Pharaoh Den has ordered a mining expedition into the unforgiving land of Sinai, beyond our borders and deep within Bedouin territory. The area known as Timna is rich in gold and copper ore, as well as precious turquoise gemstones, but it is otherwise barren. Conditions there will be harsh, and you'll need to import many amenities, perhaps even additional food and fine linen from Egypt. Pharaoh will demand frequent shipments from Sinai and will ask you for money, copper, gemstones, and weapons. You can use any surplus of these items to help support the expedition. Be always on your guard, for the Bedouin of the Sinai Desert are formidable adversaries, and they will not willingly allow foreigners to occupy their land, let alone plunder their mineral wealth. To lighten the burden that such living conditions impose on your city's people, build a pavilion at some busy intersection. Citizens can relax at the pavilion's juggling and music stages, and if you also build a dance school, this new type of performance will provide great entertainment.
Sounds pretty good to me. In order to win this mission, we will need a population of 2,000 people, we will need 15 prosperity rating and 70 kingdom rating, which means that we will have to fulfill a lot of requests from the Pharaoh and from the surrounding cities in order to raise this kingdom rating up to 70. We'll talk more about the troops and the military changes that they've done in the new Pharaoh, but for now, we're just going to skip this and let's plan out the basics of our cities. So if we take a look around, we have some ostriches here, so that's probably going to be our main supply of food, maybe our only supply of food. We have some ores up here. We have a lot more on this side. And a few sources of water. Good to know. Let's see, food. On the food side, we have only hunting lodges, okay. Then we have, in production, we have clay pits, that's pretty good. We have a few mines for copper, gemstone, and gold mines. What do I want in the beginning? I mean, gold mines might pay off, but it does take a while, and I feel like probably making those other goods will be better. And we also have potters and brewers. As far as God goes, we only have the temple of Seth, which is the god of destruction. Let's see if we can find some information about him. Seth, brother of Osiris, was the god of destruction. Originally, Seth was the protector of Lower Egypt. As Upper Egypt gained prominence, Upper Egypt's patron god Horus became more important, and Seth was cast in a negative light. There we go. And we have two types of forts. What you need to know about them right now is that archers don't need to be supplied with weapons in order to be recruited, while infantry will need a supply of weapon in order to have them recruited. There's one more type of fort, but we'll discover it later on. But archers will be, generally speaking, your basic unit. However, having infantry is definitely better, especially when the enemy brings infantry to the fight. What I am thinking right now is, let's see, how far can we place these clay pits? Pretty far. That's great. I'm thinking of drawing a road like this and probably putting down our first residential area somewhere around here, so that we'll be in range of ostriches, we'll be able to make a few clay pits and thus make pottery, and we'll also be decently close, I guess, to this part of the region where we could place down some copper mines. If you are playing with recruiters, one of the things you might want to do is make some sort of a residential area somewhere around here, just to be in the range of these ores. Let's get it started. So I'll do something like this. Yeah, I think I like that idea. And I'll draw a row like this. We'll place down a bunch of houses, a really long line of houses, but I'm hoping it's going to last us for a while. I'll also draw a road in this direction because I will want to expand here in the near future. And I'll put down this pavilion for musician, jugglers, and dancers. So I'll have the plan already set in place, and I won't have to make space whenever I need to build one of these. I'll put down one of these roadblocks on this side as well, and let's get the game going because we'll need some people within the city fairly soon. Water supply will need our services, so I'll put an architect post on this side and put an architect post on this side. Then firehouses, same idea. Let me go with a temple as well. To keep Seth happy from the beginning, he's going to protect our city against invaders, and that's going to be very helpful. I'll go for 4 hunting lodges. I'll put down a granary here as well. Maybe what I'll do here is I'll move this fire station over here, just so that I have enough space for another granary or something like that. And finally, let's place down a bazaar. Just like that. We have 3,000 gold left. Now let's see how will we make money. At this moment we can only open trade with Tinis, Noob, and Necken. Tinis buys copper. They sell chickpeas, beer, and pottery. Noob sells meat. And Necken buys papyrus. But I don't see any of them selling reeds, and we cannot collect, there's no reeds in our area. I guess we have only 2 sources of income at the moment. I wonder if at lower difficulties something changes here. I'm guessing not. Anyway, so we're starting with this. There might be other cities who are going to open trade with us in the near future, but for now this is what we're working with. I could be placing down a few gold mines over here and place down a palace, and that probably would bring us some cash. But I feel like it's definitely better to sell some of the copper. Yeah, it has a price of 185 per unit, per 100 units of copper, so that's good. Let's go with mines, copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm probably going to go into debt here, but that is not a problem. I like the remastered music. I've heard there are people who are not fans of it, but I find it to be quite well done. Let's see, accept the copper. And yeah. We can go in the menu by clicking the storage yard and go into the Overseer of Commerce, through the buildings. Export when over... At the moment, let's export when over 0. And I will want to place down over here An architect's post especially. And let's put down a firehouse as well over here. Okay, 582 gold. I'm not going to be spending any money until we actually make some money. As you can see, the Pharaoh already requested some goods from us, so it's good that we've made that copper.
Buy low, sell high. That's my motto.
Look at that, pretty good. We're at 2000 now. Our people have gotten sick. We need to put down a physician. I don't need the apothecary right now. I'll put down a police station as well because I want to place down a palace soon. And make some gold mines. Placing down the gold mines up here wouldn't be to our advantage because the distance to the palace could be quite far. I am thinking about maybe placing 3 gold mines over here, even though there's not a huge number of them. Placing it over here might make this journey a lot shorter, which in turn might be better. At least that's what I'm thinking at the moment. We'll see what I decide to do in a second. What happened here? They don't have enough water. Oh, now they have water again. So here we are. Our granary is full of food. We do not need more of it. But what I am thinking is that I'll place 1 storage yard. We'll need 2 storage yards in this area. So I'll place 2 of them from the start. I'll have some game meat on this one. And then what I'll ask is that we open one of these. Oh, I thought there was someone buying meat, but I guess they don't. And we'll just make some pottery here. How many people do we have available? Overseer of worker. Only 25 people, so we'll need to bring more migrants in before we expand. I'm gonna place down some gardens like so, and I'll also put down a few of the shrines to set. Now they want entertainment. Let's go with a juggler school to begin with. Let's cut this area out. Let's see, if I go over here and I say gold mines, we have a lot of copper. I feel like we could put down some of our militaries as well. But for now, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do that. And I will also place down a village palace over here. And I'll have an architect's post and a firehouse over here. At this point, what I want to do is that I want to start a new residential area. And it has to be in the range of this. So let me think. 1, 2, 3. Let's say that I want to build a road like this to put down another one of these pavilions. This might be better placements, however I'm taking away, yeah, from some of the residentials. Okay, I'll put down another one like this. And I guess I'll make the area slightly smaller. Just to do something like this, we'll place down our houses, we'll put down a roadblock on this side. Water supply, it's gonna spawn on the other area, but I could do something like this. Employees needed, yep, I know about that. Let's also place down an architect, a firehouse, a police station over here. We could also bring in some taxes, so let's bring those in as well. It's gonna alleviate some of the costs that we are having now. A physician, super important, because people can get sick very quickly. And finally a temple to Seth, because he will want to be worshipped all around. Seth approves of your fear and obedience, and so will strike down the next enemies who dare to violate your city. Good. Okay, we're starting to obtain good money. I feel like our copper production could be higher, and I feel like we should start some gemstone production as well. And let's just do that. Because the Pharaoh might request them very soon. The gemstones mine have to be placed near rocks in order to produce gems. So if you have only ores around you, it's not gonna work. It needs to be near normal rocks. So let's see here. One. Two, 3, 4. Now let's have 3 to begin with. I'll just draw a road like this. And we'll have a storage yard close by. Don't need to have them walk too far away. Accept gems. And put in some safety services. Architect. And firehouse. There we go. If we need a larger production, then we'll bring it later on. But for now, I think it's good enough for the Pharaoh to be happy. You know what? Let's also put down our recruiters. Ports, we'll put down a recruiter here. And then we'll choose our archer. Now you can place them near the roads, you could do that if you want, but you don't have to. You can put them wherever you want within the desert or wherever you want on the map, and your troops will reach the forts. They're 1300, however, fairly expensive. I'll put 1 fort down for now. I am curious about this. I haven't reached a point where I could do this at the moment, but archers here are only equipped with simple bows. Produce some composite bows from wood to benefit your men. So apparently, if you have a production of wood, I'm guessing you could upgrade this fort in a way that they have even better weapons, and thus it will play to your advantage. This is a difference between the first game and this one. So let's see, let's put down a few clay pits. I'll expand the road here. Have 3 of them and put down 4 potters. Perfect. We have so much game meat here. And let's quickly go to overseers. Where is the request that was asked? Copper, 1500 copper in 12 months. Okay. So what we do now is that we will go over here to commerce. Let's say that we'll export one of... Actually, I don't think I even need to do that. Let's say do not trade for now. And I won't need to click on stockpile. The reason why is because we haven't put down any weaponsmith, and thus we are not using any of the copper in our industries. But I wanted to check something else. It's gonna take me a while longer to learn all of these menus. I feel like I'm so confused over the last... Because I have all of these visual... Can I call it a visual knowledge? Don't know why it says I have 400 copper, when I definitely have more. But we shall see whether it updates here in a second. But I have this sort of visual memory where I'm... Oh, Royal Scholar, a Bedouin army is approaching the city and will attack in 12 months. I wanted to say that I have this visual memory where everything would be and where I would find the information, but it is within the old game, and I feel like there's some sort of a... I don't know if dissonance is the right word for it, but everything is super familiar. So it feels like you should know where everything is, but because it is not there, because the menus are so different, the muscle memory does not respond in the same way. I mean, it goes in the right direction, but your eyes don't see what you are looking for. And it feels so weird. 98 unemployed people, then I don't need to put gardens down here. Let's work on bringing in another fort of archers. I should probably bring some infantry as well. I'll put it down now because I do have the cash for it. But we will need weapons in order to resupply this one. However, with the help of Seth and his blessing to protect the city, I'm guessing it's going to work just fine here. One more month. We'll dispatch this, and right now what I'll do is that I'll place down a storage yard. We'll accept weapons, and we'll get ourselves going with 2 weaponsmiths for now. Which is not a whole lot, but we don't need a whole lot. Set approves your fear, and we'll strike down the next enemies. Perfect. New trade route available. Because of your reputation in the kingdom recently increased, a new trade route to Mennefer can now be opened. Great. what are you selling? What are you buying? You're selling papyrus, pottery, and chickpeas. And you are buying weapons. You are buying gems as well. And jewelry. But I don't think we're producing jewelry. Still, very cheap trading route. And at this point, we probably have a bunch of gems, yes. So let's go over here to the Overseer of Commerce and export the gems when over, let's say 800. I don't know how many the Pharaoh will request from us. And as far as what we are going to export from here on out, rather than selling copper at 185 cost, it's better to sell weapons at 275. But for that we will need to increase our production for both copper and for weapons. It really depends on what the Pharaoh might request. But anyway, let's put down a few more weaponsmiths then. And let's also put down... Can I put 2? No. So in 6 months the Bedouins will be at our gates. No soldier at this fort is equipped with shields. Produce some hides to benefit your men. We don't have hides. We will not have hides for a while until we find antelopes at a later date, but there we go. We have some infantry here, we have some archers. And a 78 unemployment rate. I think I could import some barley and make beer. We have, yeah, we do have everything we need. Let's put down a personal mansion as well, get some of that cash. You can use the money that you receive to send gifts to the Pharaoh or to give it to your city, and that will increase your kingdom rating as well. In 1 month, the Bedouin army will be at our city. Let's go to trading here. Seth remembers his promise to protect you and is delighted to slay those who are foolish enough to threaten your city. Look at that. But we're still having a battle, so he reduced their numbers, but we're still fighting. And there's a huge difference between the first game and this one when it comes to military. At the moment, in the notes, the latest developer notes, they've said that they are going to rework the military. So they're planning out, they're working through it, they took the feedback that people have said about the differences in military, and they are going to work on it. But in the old game, you had control over your armies. Basically, your force recruited troops and you moved them around with the flags. It was not a very well balanced system, especially on harder difficulties. Still, you had more control. Battles were more engaging and you had to fight on the map. In this Pharaoh, there's a simulation of battle going on. And I am not totally against it, but let me show you the battle and then I'll tell you what I feel it's missing right now. So we're going in the battle. You see, these are their troops after Seth was done with them. And here we have our very own armies. So this is a simulation for a battle. Now, you might consider that up here there should have been something, maybe some stats. And troops just walk into each other and that is it. There are people who don't like the military from the first game and they probably would have accepted this one a bit more. If you lose the battle, some of your buildings are being destroyed, mostly those that contain money, like tax collectors, palaces, things like that. Right? They are robbing your city. That's what happens, and it really depends on what is the difference of forces at the end of the battle of this simulation. I think there could have been if they would have made one extra step in this simulation, not as many people as there are now would have been angry with it. I was very disappointed in this battle system that nothing happens. I mean, if there were two armies on the battlefield and they fought each other and you would see the troops clashing and them dying, even in this simple system, it would have looked like one of those old Flash games. And it would have been fine, because at least when you have these huge army battles, there is some excitement in you waiting to see what happens. But in this screen right here, you see nothing. It's such a bad simulation where it's not giving you any kind of satisfaction of seeing a battle happening. So I feel like that's one mistake that they've done here, and I would have wished they would have done a bit more. As you see, it gives us the stats, how many survive, how many we've lost, and all that. But there we go. That's all there is to the battle system. I'm looking forward to seeing what the developers will decide to do from here on out. For now, let's get back into our city. Where do we sit as far as our requirements? We still need to go up in Kingdom. And that's about it. We have a good prosperity, we have good culture, population will rise even higher pretty soon. I'm trying to think. Okay, we have another Bedouin army. Let's place down another fort for infantry. And I believe I'll expand in order to get the necessary population. Not like that. And we'll place down some gardens. And then I want over here to get a conservatory. So that more entertainment is being brought. Let's start importing some beer as well. Some barley actually to make beer. I could import beer directly, however it is much more expensive. As you can see, barley costs 48 while beer costs 185 to import. Oh, but we can only export barley. We don't have access to it. I would have wanted to give these people some jobs. But I guess the only thing that I could do is maybe make a few more weaponsmiths. On this side, I guess I could make even more gemstone mines. I'm trying to keep the people busy. Good, we have those. Let's place down another storage yard. Let's say you want to accept gems. Deliver. We're producing a lot of copper. Maybe I should be trading some of the copper out as well. We're already swimming in money. But I'll sell everything that's over 1600 copper. House is looking pretty good here. Go to battle. This one looks a bit better, but once again, there's nothing impressive happening, which is very unfortunate, but what can you do? Even though we don't need it, I'll put down a dance school as well. Once again, giving people the jobs.
entertained. I do my best to give the people what they want.
Well, we'll have more entertainment coming in now. Probably if I put down another granary, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see, 110 unemployment force, 14%. That is a lot. You want to have, generally speaking, probably an unemployment rate of 4%. We're getting a Royal Scholar salary of 5 gold per month. Let's see. What I'm waiting for now is this kingdom rating to go up. Your salary is too high for your current standing. You would do well to reduce it. I think that is a bug. Your kingdom rating is higher than it was last year. Good. You can instruct your political overseer to give a gift to Egypt, and this rating will rise even more. Let's do some of that. So, political overseer here. And we can send a gift to the people of Egypt. And this is what you do with the money that you are collecting from your personal manor. Cheetahs and giraffes. A lavish gift, sure. Let's do that. And I could give some money to the city, make them slightly happier with us. Our kingdom rating is at 63. Let's see, if I reduce the salary to that of a village noble, maybe this will help us. And as soon as we hit the kingdom rating, we should be pretty much done. Let's see, I'll accept a beer over here. Let's import some of it, as we do have more than enough money. Importing to maintain 1600 beer. Thus I could even change this to accept only half of it with beer. And maybe we'll add something else within it. I don't need an extra fort, but since we are swimming in money, let's make 2 more. And that is the maximum. You cannot build more than 6 forts at this point. Yeah, totally fine. Let's see. Courthouses. We've got a new request for something. Or gold. Sure, have it. In order to have good health, let's place down an apothecary as well. At this moment, it's just keep building until you fulfill your requirements. Scribal schools. Can we make that? Yeah, we can. And us will accept some papyrus over here. They want to give us some chickpeas, but we don't care for. We don't have the space for it. We should place down another granary which accepts chickpeas, but I don't really care for the food. So let's see. Import to maintain, let's maintain 800. It's fairly expensive and I do not want to have too much of it. These houses are full. I feel like the main reason why people don't immigrate is because we had a high unemployment rate, but I guess we're okay now. Deliver. Let's quickly check the chief overseer. You are university loaded, but the situation is improving. Poor city sentiment prevents some immigration. Well, why do we have... We produce a little more than we... That is good. The health is perfect. They're adequately appeased. Maybe if I bring in a few more jugglers or something? I don't really need them, but we will be placing them down and see if, like that, people will start feeling a bit better. Place down a few plazas as well. Let's see, people are still not joining us. Let's see, we have a kingdom rating of 71, good. Prosperity rating of 59, and a 27% unemployment rate. Well, let's take a look at the information that we have here. So it's above average on juggler stages, it's good on musicians, and perfect on dancers. Probably another booth would be, one of those musicians booth would be perfect. Let's go down in taxes by 2, and let's raise our wages by 2, maybe 3 as well. And let's give some money to the village, only 52 gold. That's pretty much nothing, but maybe this will make them feel better. 600 out of 611 children are being educated in the scribal schools, that's excellent. Perfect health. Okay, we're good overall. So the only thing that I can think of right now is to draw a road like this. And make here sort of an entertainment system. Let's see. Booth stand? Now let's make another pavilion. So this is the entertainment center. I think I want to put a plaza over here as well to make it look good. So at this moment we're not getting any immigration, and I'm not sure whether it is something that is related to a bug or what, because there's only 15 unemployed people right now. Perfect health, very good on scribal schools. High taxes prevent immigration. We're at a tax of 7. Let's put 0 taxes. Well, there we go. We got the immigration. Let's see what the overseer says now, because I'm trying to figure out whether this is sort of a bug. People are immigrating to the city. Or maybe when you have this much money, they're like, you don't really need the taxes. Either that or they are in rich houses, and people who are rich will pay a lot more in taxes when you do 9%, right? So maybe they don't want that. Maybe if I would have built some lower level houses, they would have been more okay with it. Anyway, Pharaoh applauds you. Through your skilled management, you have successfully defended your city from Bedouin attacks and provided Egypt with the means of defending itself. There we have it. That's it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to have to choose one of these missions to jump into. And until then, I thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.